Y'all boys already know I had to cook up this masterpiece where the fights are absolute cinema. Not only that, but Jinwoo and his shadow soldiers taking out their ops in the most disrespectful of ways. We got Arn violating his ops while smiling in their faces. Igor's been a max prestige aura former striking a pose before violating his ops. Tank knocking his op at his animation. And of course the big dog himself, Sung Jinwoo, casually brushing off Kargalgan's attack like nothing ever happened. Now I know y'all ready for this heat, so grab your golden Oreos and Pink Lemonade. Them shits fire. Now on with the heat. So Chahayan's at the gate really suspicious of Jinwoo cause why any rank hunter volunteered to be a porter in an A-rank dungeon. On top of that, she saw him standing in front of the dungeon's boss room with a weapon. So she starts to head in but then figures she'll need a weapon, but all the mining boss had to offer are pickaxes, shovels, and crowbars. So with that, she chose to go in with a pickaxe rather than empty-handed. Meanwhile, on the other side of things, the High Orcs going crazy ready to spill blood. And bro's analyzing the situation, realizing if the High Orcs were to go outside, it would be pure chaos. Which COG was like they could easily raise cities to the ground. And their tank is like especially the four next to the boss cause those niggas built different. But Ki-hoon's still locked in ready to execute the plan to take down the boss. So the boss of the dungeon, Kargalgan, is like, "Do you fear me, humans?" Radiating aura full of malice had them niggas shook. And Ki-hoon's like, "Why do you need us here?" Which Kargalgan's like to kill each of them one by one for his soldiers' entertainment. The orcs hype this shit, but Ki-hoon's pissed as shit cause the boss is playing with their lives like they're disposable toys. And Kargalgan notices Jinwoo and how he's not like the rest cause he doesn't see him as human. But he ain't stressing it. And with that, Ki-hoon goes on the attack while calling in the gang to take action. But man, this has to be about embarrassing as hell. Cause as bro turned around, he notices no one was following behind him. Cause they were all terrified. Damn, that's tough. What happened to that speech Shawty Han Simon gave? She was capping hard as hell talking about some, "This is what we're trained to do." Yeah, there they are panicking as bro charging in solo dolo. They may have been trained for that reason, but will they stand on it? Hell no. You already know once this said and done, that post dungeon talk finna be crazy.
I just want to get this off my chest. That shit was not my fault. Y'all are trash. And I mean this from the bottom of my heart. Y'all are trash. Like, y'all are so trash.
But bro's like, fuck it, there's no stopping now. But Kargalgan spawns a shield for protection, then use gravitational magic to smack Ki-hoon around. His crew is worried but unable to do anything in this situation. So being a W mans, the big homie Jinwoo pulls up for the save. And was cold as hell with it, talking about some, "This dungeon belongs to hunters, so I'm not supposed to interfere." But the entire assault team is now in danger. And as bro was talking, one of the orcs thought they were Sneak Nation certified until Jinwoo casually puts a stop to him. Then proceeds to carry on talking about some, "Can you leave all the beasts to a dog like me? Say less, my nigga." So Kargalgan got the flex in his aura like that's supposed to spook a nigga. And Jinwoo stayed with the cold ass walk down as shadow soldiers arise from beneath his feet and was ready to put belt to ass on Kargalgan and his soldiers. Meanwhile, on the other side of things, Woo Jinchul steps on the scene in order to see what's up with Jinwoo and why he's been working as a miner for 2 consecutive days. So the boss of the mining team pulls up like, "Why are you here?" Which Jinchul asks for Jinwoo. And the nigga who tried to press Jinwoo yesterday pulls up and was like, "I knew something was up with bro. He had me shaking in fear from his stare. I thought I was cooked." So Jinchul asks for Jinwoo's whereabouts, which the boss lets him know that he's inside the gate working as a porter. And as Jinchul's in deep thought about the situation, the nigga who was pressed by Jinwoo was going in on how terrifying Jinwoo is. He started placing allegations on bro, telling how he really feel. Talking about some, that must be an excuse. He must be up to something. Maybe he's killed someone inside. He can kill without batting an eye. He must have killed people before. Bro was really trying to get Jinwoo arrested. And the boss wanna ask Jinchul a question, but he's like, "Watch the news." But bro's like, "Just now Hunter Cha asked me the same question as you." Jinchul's like, "Hunter Cha?" But suddenly an ominous aura bursts from the gate, which Jinchul tells the surveillance team to do a magic power test again. Meanwhile, back inside the dungeon, the baddie Chahain felt the power coming from within the dungeon. And assuming it's coming from the dungeon's boss, she rushes to the location cause she knows the hunters' lives are in danger. So Kargalgan's talking his shit saying Jinwoo's a fool for confronting his army with such meager force. But Jinwoo's like, "You'll regret underestimating us," and uses domain expansion aura form. You'll understand why I called it that in a bit. So the baddie Gina and bro was spectating shocked as hell. Which bro's like, "Unbelievable, I can only summon 2 at most." Not gonna lie, if I was him, I would seek out Jinwoo for training or something. Cause 2 at most is wild, bro got some leveling up to do. And the gothic baddie Libora can feel the ominous aura radiating from Jinwoo. So Kargalgan commands his army to attack, so Iron uses his taunt ability Shadow Provocation to keep the army locked on him. but that had no effect as the high orc skill level is too high, which irritated bro, but that didn't matter as he was able to violate them all in one fell swoop. And you're welcome for the manhwa panels, cause the anime doesn't quite go over what skills are being used or its effects and requirements. So those watching without having read the manhwa or played the game might not understand what's really happening in certain scenes. So there you go. And remember how I said Jinwoo used domain expansion aura form? Yeah, that was specifically for the max prestige aura former himself, Igris, as he's standing there holding this saber Artoria before she unleashed Excalibur ass pose while the orc surrounding him charges in. And you know he was finna do some wicked the moment shit started moving in slow motion. And with Igris being the big dog of the Shadow Army, you know he gotta outshine Orange. So as he's standing there posing for the ground, he diced up all the high orcs so fast he broke into another pose without us even seeing him move. Bro just hit us with 2 elite poses mid-combat. Even showed the beheaded high orcs POV of Igris. You know the animators love Igris cause every action bro commit is a movie. But they had to save the best for last as Jinwoo dicing up all the orcs moving fast as hell and then posed for the ground. And after Jinwoo went crazy on the orcs, he started analyzing the situation, noticing infantry strength is equal to B rank hunters, and that his soldiers gets wiped out 4 to 5 times to take down a single high orc. And that's why Jinwoo's in the field getting active to reduce the numbers. So Kargalgan takes action and tells Jinwoo to not get cocky with those useless puppets. But Jinwoo's like, speak for yourself cause my niggas can resurrect infinitely. So Kargalgan starts attacking Jinwoo's soldiers and was like, I bet if that's the case I'll just have to keep attacking your soldiers until your magic runs out and they're completely eradicated. So he spawns pillars of fire surrounding the area so the gang runs to safety. And Jinwoo is wondering if bro intends to keep him at bay with his formidable magic power and long range spells. Meanwhile outside the gate, the surveillance team confirms that the gate is close to that of an S rank. So Jinwoo tells the gang to contact the master of hunters as they will get ready to support the assault team. And panning on the other side of things, Kargalgan still talking head saying how it seems his soldiers surpass Jinwoo's in both number and strength, and that Jinwoo's magic power will run out sooner or later. But bro had an ace up his sleeve and drunk some potion, then showed him the power of an elite monarch and turned Kargalgan's dead soldiers into his allies. And Jinwoo, being the dog he is, talked his shit, told bro he will become part of his shadow army. Kargalgan's in disbelief, recognizing Jinwoo for the dog he is, made him question why he's even here, and how ever since he opened his eyes in there he hears the same command echoing in his mind to hunt humans. But the reason doesn't matter, he's just going to obey the command. So he orders his top dogs to put in work, and panning on the other side of things, Choi Jong-in is discussing the situation at the gate that Ki-hon and the rest of the assault team are in. And Shawty, who about bad as hell, was like, if there happens to be a dungeon break, the Jeju Island incident will happen again. So he tells her to mobilize all hunter forces to the gate, which she informs him that an emergency assembly has been issued to all A rank and above hunters, with Choi Jong-in saying they might have to get outside help from the White Tiger Guild and Fiend Guild for support. Like bro, they calling up the Straw Hats, the Avengers, the Justice League, the Kages, the Z Fighters, the Black Bulls, all types of niggas for this one gate. Meanwhile, Jinwoo is solo jumping that bitch. And speaking of Jinwoo, let's get back over there. Iron going crazy with the ISO, straight smiling during the whole fight. Like, oh nah, you got it bro. Imagine getting bodied and the entire time bro has a big smile on his face. Nah, couldn't be me. I would have took my walk of shame and went home. Cause buddy, that is mad disrespectful. And I like the smooth transition of Igris' body and shit in a 1v2. And they always giving Igris a slow motion effect. Like come on now, who really moving like him? The animators know his fights are always absolute cinema. But Tank been a W bear cause he had backdoor. He was not about to let them jump bro. Tank hit the orc so hard he smacked the animation out of bro. Turned him back to a rough sketch like when Luffy boomed Kaido. That's diabolical. Jinwoo's army, to no surprise, now has the upper hand. So the gang finally makes a decision to help. Like nah bro, don't try and put in work now when you see a nigga already handling the situation with ease. Bro think he finna get a few kills to be able to leave the dungeon claiming he did something to bask in Jinwoo's glory. Like get that weak shit out of here bro. But you know who can bask in the glory without having to do a single thing? Lil sexy gothic shit right here, Libora. But Kargalgan shut that shit down and tried to attack Jinwoo with a spell, but that had no effect. And he should have known cause look at Jinwoo's face during that attack. Bro was completely unfazed, allowing him to cast it. Like Jinwoo and his shadow army are insanely disrespectful during battle and it's great. So Jinwoo summons 3 mages who prepares a fireball. So Kargalgan puts up a shield. But Jinwoo's like, you're not Captain America. That shield will not protect you for long cause I'm about to shatter it. And with using the Spear of Avarice, the mage's firepower increases and they launched it at bro like, get that weak shit out of here. Completely shattering the shield and smacking Kargalgan. Bro should have upgraded to Vibranium. One thing about Jinwoo is that he'll stand on his word no matter what. Meanwhile, the baddie Chahain steps on the scene wondering what's going on as she sees Jinwoo has summoned a large number of soldiers. And she checks up on the assault team and asks them for an explanation on the situation at hand. But they are unable to give her an answer because they can't even comprehend what's going on. Meanwhile, Kargalgan is in his crash out phase. Bro must have ate a red Mario mushroom because he started growing. And tried to stomp Jinwoo but to no avail. Which Jinwoo tells Kargalgan that he don't like giants because he has bad memory memories of them. But Kargalgan's not trying to hear it and proceeds to crash out even further, booming the entire area, attacking Jinwoo's soldiers as well as his own allies. Then started talking about some, "Do you dare still defy the mighty Kargalgan after that?" Bro really thought he could, thinking that'll give Jinwoo a scare. At this point, bro trying to bluff his way out of an ass whooping. But Jinwoo not trying to hear what bro talking and goes for his secret technique, Ice Stab no Jutsu. Had Kargalgan like, ow. And Jinwoo's like, growing in size just make you an easier target. And was like, "You're a mage, so I knew you wasn't nice with the hands and can't do anything against my assassin type hunter attacks without any guards." Now Kargalgan's in crash at level 3 and continues to try and burn Jinwoo to crisp. But Jinwoo's moving with pure elegancy, Taishi, and throws 2 daggers at bro, but it did nothing. So he uses telekinesis to grab hold of a chain and wraps it around Kargalgan's arm. So Kargalgan yanks the chain, pulling Jinwoo in, which he played right into Jinwoo's trap card. As Jinwoo swings around Kargalgan's body, completely binding him with the chain, and sends him crashing to the ground. Meanwhile, Woo Jinchul and the rest of the surveillance team steps on the scene. And Jinchul lets Chahae know that after feeling a large magical power, he came in to assist the assault team. But seems like there's no need as the issue has been resolved. And Shawty admiring Jinwoo, completely mesmerized, as she points out him being a top-class combat hunter as well as being able to use summoning magic. Yeah, Jinwoo really is a dog.
Yo, get off that nigga dick, bro. What is you doing?
What? No, you right. I was dick riding.
That's what I'm saying, bro. You gotta calm down with that shit.
Yeah, my fault, my fault.
Chahae want to know about Jinwoo, so she asks Jinchul who is he, but he hardly knows him. Cause for the most part, he's a complete mystery like a legendary Pokemon. Meanwhile, Jinwoo and his new shadow soldiers are looking down at Kargalgan as he's on his knees, pause. So Kargalgan crashes out even further and beyond, awakening that turn up of desperation. As Jinwoo's soldiers pulls up, Kargalgan got the throwing hands. And I'm not gonna lie, that turn up of desperation got bro right, cause he was really boxing. Though it didn't last long, but hey, still boxing. Then we get hit with the Kargalgan's POV, which seems like a callback to Jinwoo's situation when he was left alone in a double dungeon. Well done. And with that, the boss of the dungeon, Kargalgan, has been defeated. So Jinwoo starts to extract Kargalgan's shadow and he is now added to his collection. Meanwhile, everyone else is still spectating the whole thing. Jinwoo has to give bro a name but forgot his original name, so he gives him a name by a distinct feature of his, which is Fang. And notices that he's a different type of rank than everyone else, one that he's never seen before, and is amazed with what he's gained from an A-rank dungeon. Look at Jinwoo looking like a proud father, not realizing he's been spectated in 4K, so his actions clear as day. The jig is up, buddy. The gang want to know what happened and Jinwoo wondering how Kenny explained the situation. But their surveillance team are a group of W-mans backing Jinwoo up. And Jinchul's like, Hunter Sung, who is in front of you, is our association's top secret, and asked for all of them to keep today's events confidential, and that he displayed the power of an S rank to protect all of them. So cooperate so the big homie can leave safely. But before they take their leave, Ki-hoon had to express his gratitude to Jinwoo for saving all their lives. Not gonna lie, bro, a great captain. He played everything out right. Didn't have a single bad call. He didn't even fold when realizing he was alone in a dire situation. So W's to him for standing on business. And looking at the game, Jinwoo remembers he has the baddie Han Simmons will and gave it back to her. And their surveillance team starts to escort Jinwoo out the dungeon. And the baddie Chahae tried to speak with Jinwoo, but she kinda got cockblock angle hold, cause the baddie Libora asks her why she has a pickaxe in her hand, which she gets all flustered about, wondering if he would think she's weird, which Libora wonders who she's referring to, not knowing she's talking about the big dog Jinwoo. But Chahae's like no one in particular. And panning on the other side of things, seems like this nigga Ki-hoon done spilled the beans about the incident, cause Choi Jong-in now knows all the details, and how Jinwoo is capable of summoning a large number of soldiers as well as having speed equal to an assassin type hunter, on top of the ability to control the dead. Like, I mean, he already knew Jinwoo was a dog, but he had no idea what he was capable of, which he asked Ki-hoon who do he think is stronger between him and Jinwoo, which Ki-hoon asked bro if he was facing the most difficult A-rank dungeon, would he be able to beat it alone, which Choi Jong-in's like nah, and was like, seems like I'm washed and my title as Ultimate Hunter has been made a joke. So Ki-hoon's like, please bring him over, which Jong-in's like, I'll do my best. Nah, you should do your best to level up cause you going outside, my boy. Meanwhile at the cafe, Jinwoo meets up with Jinho, which Jinwoo asks Jinho how everything went with him and his dad, which bro's like, about that. So panning on the other side of things, a crowd of people were outside as this man leave me song in the car thinking he the shit. And yeah, those solo leveling season 2 episode 6 in all its greatness. This episode is absolutely pure heat, a solid 10 out of 10 for me, cause solo leveling never miss. Now with that being said, if you made it this far, don't forget to drop a like and subscribe in the B. We moving. Also, I'm taking recommendations, bro, so hit the comments. And more heat on the way.